that I'm not part of the club. And a lot of you listening to me right here, right now, you're not part of the club either.
Their brand of politics, I guess.
But if you can't think for yourself, then you're not really free, are you?
No, you're not. You're not. But I've been excluded. I've been excluded on Oprah, you know.
On Oprah?
On Oprah, yeah.
In a stunning twist, Oprah Winfrey, known for her calm and composed demeanor, was visibly taken aback as Ice Cube dropped a series of shocking revelations about the hidden truths lurking behind Hollywood's glitz and glamour. The bombshell disclosures, which have sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry, momentarily left Winfrey at a loss for words. With his trademark bluntness, Cube pulled back the curtain on power, manipulation, and the untold stories of the music and film industries. As the world watches, the rising tension between these two icons has captivated audiences, leaving many to question what truly lies beneath their long-standing public personas.
What platforms have banned you?
I've been, you know, I tried to go on The View. They didn't have me on The View.
Why?
Well, a few of the guests just really didn't like where I was coming from. So, or a few of the hosts, I mean. So that's what I was told by the producers. I don't know if the producers was just copping out and using some of the hosts to not have me come on and explain myself, but I've been excluded. I've been excluded on Oprah, you know.
On Oprah?
On Oprah, yeah, I've been excluded. Yeah.
I would think you'd be the person Oprah would want to promote. I mean, you grew up in South Central, you were successful at a young age, you have dignity, you say what you think. Like, I thought that was the goal.
Me too. You know, I don't know what it is, but, you know, several of my, you know, I had a movie called Barbershop, you know.
Yeah, I remember.
That I wasn't invited to participate with the cast. I produced a show called Black White, and it was a very controversial show. And once again, they had the whole cast on, but I wasn't invited. So I don't know.
On Oprah show.
The tension between Oprah Winfrey and Ice Cube stems from the rapper's claims that he was deliberately snubbed by both Oprah and The View due to his controversial opinions. In an interview with Tucker Carlson, Ice Cube revealed that he had attempted multiple times to appear on The View, but was repeatedly turned down because his views didn't align with the show's political stance. Similarly, he felt excluded from Oprah's talk show on more than one occasion, citing instances such as not being invited to participate alongside the cast of his film Barbershop or his series Black White.
Wait, that sounds like right-wing extremism and whataboutism.
But I've been shut out. You know, some platforms will not have me on.
Why?
They don't like that I'm, you know, an independent thinker. I'm not part of the herd. I'm not part of the go along to get along gang, so to speak. So, you know, I'm an outsider. And so, you know, I'm not part of the club.
Ice Cube is shaking up the gatekeepers just by making appearances with Tucker Carlson, Joe Rogan, Piers Morgan. He's having an impact. He's normalizing a behavior of, hey, let me go sit down and talk with anyone and reject the programming that I can only talk with who corporate media, the Democratic Party, Democratic politicians, and social media tell me I can talk with.
Ice Cube has openly criticized what he sees as an elitist club within Hollywood, arguing that his refusal to conform to industry norms and his outspoken views have resulted in professional roadblocks.
That I'm not part of the club. And a lot of you listening to me right here, right now, you're not part of the club either. And what I realized with the club is what makes them so mad is when you don't want to be a part of their fucking club. That pisses them off. What club am I talking about? I'm talking about the club of gatekeepers that we all got to deal with. You know who they are, and they definitely know who they are. A lot of people be like, what? Who? Come on, man, stop playing. So, ever since I put out the contract with Black America, you know they've been with me. Here and there, this and that. But it's cool, you know. I expect that. You know, I've been working with, on the big three for a long time, and you know how they've been with me with that. I done made it, plain, simple, and clear what they've been doing. The NBA been with us. Now, a lot of people might say, like, well, Cube, you want to work with the NBA? Really, I don't give a fuck about working with the NBA. What I want them to do, when I say work with us, is to stop working against us. Stop doing that bullshit behind the scenes that we know you're doing. Mainstream media, they ain't fucking with us. And that's cool. We can do it ourselves, you know what I'm saying? We still on the rise without these.
Henson specifically pointed out that she, along with other Black actors, including those working on Asterisk, the color purple Asterisk, were paid less than their peers. This revelation sparked significant backlash against Oprah, who co-produced the film.
What am I going to do to deal with these gatekeepers? Well, what I'm going to do is go on the Gatekeepers podcast tour. And I'm going to go talk to everybody, and get a chance to get my message out to the people. Be able to let people hear from me, and you might agree, you might not, but the important thing is, for me to go on these platforms, say what I feel about what I think. And, some people may get pissed off because I'm going to talk to everybody. I'm not playing. And it's gonna be a crazy summer. It's gonna be fun. Appreciate y'all. Always support the big three. Hopefully I'm doing stuff that you guys dig. I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for people that's bored as in the summer with summer sports and want something cool like the big three. So here we are. Appreciate you.
In these discussions, Ice Cube highlighted how his controversial choices, such as refusing the COVID-19 vaccine for a film role, underscored the ways his independence has put him at odds with Hollywood's go-along-to-get-along mentality. By partnering with Tucker Carlson, a conservative figure, Cube defied the conventional alliances expected in the industry. He has been outspoken about the need to rethink how media and cultural discourse are controlled by elitist networks within the entertainment world.
This movie was important because it created a space and roles for a group of Black women.
Yes, and I would just like to say about this whole Taraji, I heard I was trending yesterday because people are saying that I was not supporting Taraji. Taraji will tell you herself that I've been the greatest champion of this film, championing not only the behind the scenes production, but also everything that everybody needed. So whenever I heard that there was something that people needed, I'm not in charge of the budget because that's Warner Brothers. That's the way the studio system works. And we as producers, everybody gets their salary. That's negotiated by your team. And so whenever I heard there was an issue or there was a problem with the cars or there was a problem with the food, I would step in and do whatever I could to make it right.
During his interview with Tucker Carlson, Ice Cube made remarks about transgender identity that sparked further backlash. Although his comments were brief, some perceived them as dismissive, especially when he compared identifying as another gender to wanting to be recognized as a different species, such as a pigeon.
Well, Oprah Winfrey is hitting back at claims that she created a negative experience for the cast during the filming of The Colour Purple.
Now, speculations started when one of the film's stars spoke out about being paid inadequately in Hollywood, as well as criticising production for making cast members drive themselves to set in rental cars. But the media mogul has shut all of those rumours down, saying there's no bad blood between the pair.
This analogy drew criticism, with many arguing that it trivialized the experiences and identities of transgender individuals. Although Cube did not elaborate extensively on the topic, his remarks were seen by some as reinforcing stereotypes, further fueling the controversy surrounding his appearance on the show.
Do you think that it's harder to be a man in America now than it was when you were a kid?
Yes. Saying what you feel, being yourself, is what they call toxic. You know, we shouldn't be called toxic for our instincts and for, you know, I was born this way. What are you talking about? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Why can't we be ourselves? We were born this way too.
So there are some groups, like if I say I'm trans and people say that's great, you were born that way, we affirm you.
Oprah Winfrey has been a vocal advocate for social justice, using her platform to highlight issues of systemic discrimination, inequality, and other pressing social concerns. Following events like the police encounter with George Floyd, she hosted specials featuring influential figures such as Ava DuVernay and Stacey Abrams to foster important discussions. Additionally, Oprah has spoken openly about her personal experiences with racial profiling and its impact on her loved ones.
So there are some groups, like if I say I'm trans and people say that's great, you were born that way, we affirm you. But if you say I'm just a dude with male instincts, you're not affirmed, you're attacked.
Yeah, I mean, everybody doesn't really have to affirm you. You know, if I wake up and say, you know, I feel like a pigeon, I want everybody to treat me like a pigeon.
In her efforts to uphold her image as a compassionate and progressive figure, Oprah has openly supported gender fluidity and emphasized the importance of embracing one's true self.
Some people may say, whatever, Q, we treat you like a pigeon. But some people may choose to be like, dude, no. That's your world. I'm not part of it. And I have to be ready for that. It's a big world out here. Everybody doesn't have to adhere to me.
Many critics, including rapper 50 Cent, have accused Oprah of disproportionately targeting black men in her support of the #MeToo movement. For instance, 50 Cent criticized her for highlighting allegations against black figures like Michael Jackson and Russell Simmons, while seemingly overlooking similar accusations against white men in Hollywood. This has led to claims that Oprah's support for black artists has been inconsistent, fueling criticism from some within the black community.
If you got kids in college and the commencement speaker is likely to spew out woke rhetoric, encourage them to stand up and walk the hell out. That will be one of the best life lessons that you can give them before they head off into the world themselves. Play the clip.
You are the generation that is forced to depend on body cams to obtain justice. And even then, accountability, as we've seen again and again, can be so hard to come by. You witnessed the storming of the Capitol and the death of civility. You're acutely aware that voting rights are being gutted, women's rights are being dismantled, books are being banned, history is being rewritten.
It is funny to me that a lot of these people pushing these agendas are already filthy rich and largely unaffected by what they want the rest of us to comply with through either being forced to change or agree with. And it is so weird that the Dems seem to never be concerned about the real issues like inflation, high gas, foreign threats, and the crime.
Why do you think we're in a happiness slump in America?
Ooh, I will tell you, one of the most profound reasons, I think, is because everybody is looking at other people's social media, what they believe to be other people's lives, which is only a snapshot of other people's lives, and feeling envy about that. And one of the things that Arthur and I talk about in this book is that envy is the great destroyer.
The happiness killer.
It is the happiness killer. And so anytime you're looking at anything else with envy, you have already killed your own happiness or your ability to be happier in that moment and probably in moments to come.
One of the most serious allegations against Oprah Winfrey is the claim that she was involved in facilitating and preparing children for Diddy's infamous parties. Further fueling these accusations is the controversy surrounding Oprah's Leadership Academy for Girls in South Africa, which has faced scrutiny over past incidents of misconduct. Originally founded with the noble intention of empowering underprivileged girls, Oprah's Leadership Academy for Girls in South Africa has faced past allegations of misconduct, raising concerns about its management and oversight.
You need to surround yourself with people who are going to stimulate, inspire, and lift you up, who are going to give you energy and not take energy away from you. And if you're around people who are taking energy away from you, that's an energy drain, and that is the sign from your instinct, your inner voice, your intuition to say, let them go. Wow.
In an interview on Shannon Sharp's ** Club Shay * podcast, Monique addressed her long-standing feud with Oprah Winfrey. She accused Oprah of betrayal, alleging that she was blackballed in Hollywood after her Oscar win for * Precious *. Monique claimed that roles she had been promised were instead given to Winfrey and that both Oprah and Tyler Perry were instrumental in sidelining her career.
I didn't have anything against Oprah.
You just called her a bitch.
I'm gonna tell you why.
You named your dog Oprah, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Look.
Look.
I remember that.
Now look, every time she made a mention to hip hop culture, it was something that was wrong with it. And it was something that was on my CD that was the largest debut in hip hop album. You're looking at it and you're saying that everything that's wrong with our culture is why I'm a success.
Wow.
So when I actually got a chance to talk to her, she was like, I never thought about it like that. She's not where she's at by accident.
Monique also shared her deep hurt over Oprah inviting her estranged brother onto *, the Oprah Winfrey Show *, without her consent, viewing it as a betrayal of trust. She emphasized the importance of Black women standing up against exploitation in the entertainment industry. Her candid remarks underscored her frustration and her call for accountability from Winfrey.
Why have all of the girls went missing that was at that school graduating class and nobody is talking about it? I'll tell you why. Because you guys are protected and I don't appreciate it. I want you guys tap in, tune in, comment. If you guys know about it, talk about it, spread the word, share this. Those girls in Africa went missing. That was at Oprah's school, Oprah Winfrey. Where were these girls at? Has anybody found them? Why is there not enough coverage on this? But those 5 guys that went missing, RIP, definitely feel bad for them. That's a lot of coverage. Of course.
Adding to the bitterness, Monique believes that Oprah, along with Tyler Perry and Lee Daniels, played a significant role in blackballing her in Hollywood following her Oscar win for * Precious *. She has repeatedly expressed frustration over what she sees as an orchestrated effort to limit her opportunities in the industry.
Authorities found out about it, and the employee was charged with 13 counts of getting inappropriate with kids. Turns out at least 6 girls aged 13 to 15 were allegedly systematically and ritualistically targeted. Oprah went on record saying she was going to look at the situation, but after her investigation, the employee was cleared of any wrongdoing, and some allege Oprah had a hand in trying to cover it up. But these incidents continue to rock the school, including a newborn baby being found unalived at the school, which some say was for trafficking.
Monique has consistently argued that her outspoken stance against unfair treatment and underpayment in Hollywood led to her being ostracized and losing significant career opportunities. She emphasized that her fight was never just about personal gain, but rather part of a larger struggle against systemic exploitation and discrimination within the entertainment industry.
If Oprah was watching this, what would you tell her?
I would say, Oprah Winfrey, you know what you need to do, and stop hiding behind what you call was negative comments, what you call, oh, I don't even deal with things like that, because what people are beginning to do is see you for who you are. Where Oprah Winfrey and I have a problem is Oprah Winfrey called us up and she said my brother wanted to come on the show and talk about him molesting me and he wanted to tell other parents how to look out for molesters. My brother Gerald is a charmer. So my mind thought was, because she said, do you want to come on? I said, I don't want nothing to do with that cat. I said, nigga, I know is up to a scam.
Numerous claims and rumors have surfaced regarding Oprah Winfrey, particularly concerning her alleged support for controversial figures. These allegations have sparked heated debates among both fans and critics, raising questions about her influence and the narratives she chooses to champion.
But people can change. And who am I to say he hasn't changed? It might really be different. So I don't want to get in the way of that. I just don't want nothing to do with it. She said, if you don't want me to have your brother on the show, I will cancel the show. No show will happen. But I wanted to call you up to see how you felt first. When I hung up that phone, brother, I looked at my husband, I said, that is all right with me. That's a real.
She kept it
because she didn't have to call me up. She didn't have to say my brother was coming. She could have just ran with shit and let it happen. I dig her for that. Now I begin to see commercials with my brother, my mother, my father.
Some believe Oprah has maintained connections with individuals whose actions and beliefs have sparked major controversy, leading many to question her judgment and motivations. As she once said, asterisk, you can't begin to love yourself or be true to yourself unless you know who you are.
I got labeled as difficult because I said one word, and that was no. Now I said no to some very powerful people. What Tyler Perry showed me, Lee Daniels, Oprah Winfrey, and Lionsgate. When you don't do what we ask you to do, we'll take your livelihood.
But this isn't the only difficulty that Monique is facing at the time. So while she's getting backlash because she wasn't playing the game, Monique had been betrayed by somebody that she never saw coming. This is where things shift from professional to deeply personal. What happened?
And we begin to talk about our relationships with our mothers and our fathers. And I shared my relationship with her about my mother, as she shared hers with me, which I will never repeat because she shared it with me about her mother and father. It might be something she shared with everybody, but wanted to make me feel special. I don't know. Nonetheless, it was in our moment. I shared with her that me and my mother was not talking. I shared with her we were in a really bad place. I shared with her I was hurt and, trying to figure this thing out. She never said my mother was coming on that show, because had Oprah Winfrey said, I'm gonna have your mother, I would have said, shut it down. I don't need the world seeing how greedy my mother is.
Asterisk. But what do you think about Ice Cube's allegations against Oprah? Do you believe there's more to the story than what's been revealed so far? Share your thoughts in the comments below.